Hey guys, it's Rachel here, and I just wanted to give you guys a big hello. And I'm bringing on Chris. And Chris Green is, whoops, there we go. Chris Green is with merch of Amazon, and he's like blown my minds, guys, at the potential of what you can do when you have a captive audience, of how you can sell royalty-free products. And what I mean by royalty-free products are things that you create one time and has recurring revenue for you, and you don't have to have an inventory, you don't have to have stock, and that guy is the guy who knows. So I'm going to turn it over to you. So
well, Rich, I'm psyched to be here. You know that this is just stuff that I like to talk about, but I want to make sure everybody is focused for today, because there's so many words to go around. And when we talk about royalty products, you said royalty free. I'm like, no. We don't want to do royalty free. We want to do royalty generating, because we want to make that money. We don't want everything to be free out there. The free part is it doesn't cost you anything to create. It doesn't cost you anything to ship. All this stuff is done for you, and it's so good that people won't believe it. So if you're listening to this, please hear us out. This is just as good as we are going to explain it to you. And I do want to put in another disclaimer. I don't work for Amazon. I don't work for merch. I've become known as the merch guy. I've also been known as the Amazon guy and the FBA guy. And it's just because I kind of figure these things out a little bit earlier than a lot of people, or at least I'm the first one to kind of go on Facebook and on YouTube and kind of be the face of these things. So I kind of get known for it. I wear an Amazon hat. You can buy this on Amazon. It's like $20 or whatever. It's really nice. It fits really good. So if you want an Amazon hat, just go to Amazon and get one. But when Rachel and I first met, it was such an awesome duo power pack, relation. It was awesome because she's good at what she's good at, and I'm good at what I'm good at. And when you stop and think and be like, ooh, if you put those together, all of a sudden you got something, because one without the other doesn't really matter. So I think a lot of you guys are going to have Facebook pages, you're going to have an audience, you're going to know them, and you're going to be able to post things and get engagement and reactions, and that's great. But at the end of the day, so what, right? Like, how much money is in 800 comments, right? So then you're like, well, I need to monetize. So how can I monetize? Well, I need to buy inventory, do all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, you can if you want, but this way it's just so much easier. Because it's all done for you. These are royalty generating Amazon product pages that when they sell, Amazon's going to do all the work, whether it's digital and fulfilling over Kindle or whatever it might be, or it's physical, it's books, it's t-shirts. They're going to print and ship and handle customer service and process payments. And it's not like FBA where you're still the seller and if you get a return, now you got to deal with it. No, this is all done by Amazon. They don't even know you're behind the scenes, and you just get a royalty check from them every single month. For my self-publishing, I get 4 checks every month. Actually, I turn on paper checks just because I like getting the checks, because it's kind of fun. It's not, I got these direct deposits, right? Like, big deal. It's just fun to get the checks. But hey, I'll open up all my checks and take them to the bank. And then I get a merch by Amazon royalty check every month. And I
Okay, guys, I looks like he dropped for a second here, so I'm sorry about that. We'll see if we can bring him back up. But what he was telling you about was about royalty-free product, royalty earning products. So that could be ebooks, it could be t-shirts, it could be hats, it could be cups. It's things that you design the logo on them, you design the t-shirt, and then you just sell the t-shirt on your website, and Amazon sends you the paycheck every month. And that's where Chris left off before he was cut off. And he's back again or not. Let's see if he's back again. He's not back again. The royalty earning income. So you can make, for me, I can make between $9 and $10 per t-shirt I sell. If you're selling ebook, you make roughly 60 to 70%. And Chris is back. Ah! Okay. you can make roughly 60 to 70% per ebook you sell. There's direct publishing where you can publish a physical book. And when you print the book, Amazon handles the printing for you. And I know that I made more. I had a bestseller, guys. I sold over 100,000 copies of my book. Okay. And if I had done it through Amazon's print direct services, I would have had a lot more money in my pocket than I did from using a traditional publisher. People trust Amazon, and if I'm sending most of that traffic, it still would have done a good job. People are texting me now. Is that Chris texting me to say, hey, what's going on? Sorry, give me just a second. Nope, not Chris. Okay. So basically, I wanted to have Chris on because he's really the guru on that, and he's here.
I don't know what that was all about. I finally restarted Chrome, so.
You're good. I just told them about how there's different options to make those paychecks that you get every month. There's options of ebooks, there's options of print books, there's options of t-shirts. What are all the options, Chris? You're really the guy who knows more than me.
Well, there are a ton of options, and I almost hesitate to tell them all to everybody because I don't want people to think, oh, that's great, I'm going to do them all, I'm going to write these down. Because there's a lot you can do. I mean, if you are a graphic artist, you can self-publish your graphic novels and comic books through a website called Comixology, which Amazon owns. It's fully integrated. So if you do the art, which you probably really like doing, and you're having a great time, and now all of a sudden you're able to make money with it, and you're like, this is great. I've got this page where I post my art, everybody loves it, and now I give them a product that they can purchase, whether it's digital or physical, and Amazon's going to do all the work, and they can support me. You got people out there that I promise want to buy stuff from you if you give them enough value through your page. They're like, Rachel, I'll buy anything you got. What do you got? I'll buy it. And you're actually like, I ain't got nothing. So like, well, now you can make something for them. But not everybody is a graphic artist. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So there are two that I really think are the most attainable for people. And those are self-publishing and merch by Amazon. And they're kind of like an overarching, there are things below self-publishing that you can kind of choose from or do multiple. So under self-publishing, you have Kindle, which is going to be digital, and then you're going to have CreateSpace, which is going to be the physical books. And we're in the middle of a little transition with Amazon because the Kindle platform, also known as Kindle Direct Publishing, if you want to go to the website, it's kdp.amazon.com. They are now letting you print the physical books through KDP, which is great because now you only have one site to go to do both, okay? But at the moment, they are still separate. So if you want to order author copies at author cost, which is dirt cheap, you can't do that through KDP yet, okay? So if you want to have author copies, you still need to use CreateSpace. You're going to have the same end product on Amazon, but these are the nuances. These are the details that you only know if you've been doing this. So if you want to do digital, which a lot of people start with, I disagree with. I see a lot of people make Kindle books and they really struggle to make a physical book. I think that's a big mistake. I think you should make the physical book first because at the end of the physical book process, Amazon's going to say, hey, would you like to put that on Kindle? And you say, yeah, I would. And they do all the work and you're done. So there's no point in doing the Kindle first because once you have both, then the doors really start to open because you have options for your readers. Some people like physical books and paper and all that. Some people like digital, instant delivery, all this stuff. You can enroll in things like Kindle Unlimited, where you're going to get paid royalties based on how many pages your readers read, which encourages people to make good stuff, right? If people read your stuff, you're going to get paid. And it's to combat people who put out junk and like people don't actually read it. Like it's a rewarding system. It's a positive feedback loop to put out quality content. One of my favorite things about publishing Kindle and CreateSpace is called the Kindle Matchbook program. So if someone buys my physical book from Amazon, they're going to get the Kindle book for free, which is an incredible value for them. I'm happy to give them the Kindle for free if they buy the book, right? Like I don't want to charge them twice for the same book. And here's the real secret. If you tune in for the secrets, you're going to get them. It encourages people to buy from Amazon, to buy new copies, because used copies and third-party copies are not eligible for the Matchbook program. And guess what? You also don't get royalties on used copy sales, right? I want the ones that I'm gonna get royalties on. I want you to buy from Amazon so much that I'll give you the Kindle for free. So I really see no reason not to give the Kindle version. You can do discounted Kindle versions like $99, $199, or $299. I just don't see the incremental value in that versus the overall value of getting the free as the perk, especially if you're posting on Facebook, buy my book, and hey, just because I love you guys, you're going to get the Kindle version free. But yeah, my homegirl Rachel hooking me up.
Now, the cool thing, Chris, is you're talking to bloggers who, just so you know, have thousands and thousands of articles. I probably would say in our group, we probably have a good 3 million articles between, if you add all the articles that our group has written. So they already have the content and they're already giving it away for free. So you're saying we can just package that up, put it in a book, and they can have it on their coffee tables.
Absolutely. And there are people, and don't underestimate people or don't project that everybody's like you and be like, who would ever buy this book? It's free on the internet. I can just read it on this website. Yeah, well, you know what? Not everybody has internet connection. Some people are going to go on a plane and like, can I just catch up on all of Rachel's articles on the plane? And I just love my books. I love the paper. Those are some people. And some people say, oh, like, no, that's dumb. Why would you do that? Who cares why someone would do that? Give them the option and let people decide.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can see, I guess not, but behind me there's I have a bestseller book that I've sold over 100,000 copies, and you can find almost all of it in some form on our internet, on our website. So they came for that content to my website, and then they ended up buying the book, but they could have gotten it for free on the website, and they still bought the book. So it's totally true. It's a different person.
If you give enough value, I would not have believed this when I started doing this Amazon stuff 10 years ago. But people want to buy something from you. I have people who buy my book and message me saying, hey, I bought your book, and they have absolutely no intention of reading it. None whatsoever. And they even tell me that. They say, look, you just give me so much value. I love your videos. I get so much help. You answered a question. You helped me start a business. I just wanted to buy a book and say thanks. So give them that option. And some people are they'll be like, that's dumb. Why would you do that? Like, who cares? And some people want to, some people don't. But it doesn't cost you anything. It does cost you your time. You do have to actually write a book, which I know sounds daunting. So I want to make sure everybody understands. I need to look up what the minimum Kindle book length is. It's probably in the single digits.
Yeah, well,
the minimum.
Yeah, just a heads up though. You can actually use a software called Beacon, which if you have a website that it basically takes your website and puts it into a book. So you don't actually, if you already have the content and you already own the pictures, then all you have to do is turn Beacon on. There's your book. Like, it's done. They formatted everything. And it's free.
And if you, exactly, like it's all just digital. Like they just grab it and then put it on the page, you know? Like publishing is basically what you see is what you get. Like you can look at it in Word or as a PDF, and that's what's going to come out.
Yeah.
So I want to give some people examples of the books that I've written, because the minimum for CreateSpace or for paperbacks is 24 pages, and that's both sides. So we're talking 12 pages, right? And you can have a cover page and a title page and a thank you page and a table of contents page, and the back of these are all blank, and like that's it, right? Like don't overthink this. It could be just some simple articles you put in. The minimum cost for your book is going to be $2.15. I think up to like 120 pages is $2.15. Okay. And then you set your price, and that price is going to set your royalty. So you're going to see your royalty before your book goes live. You can adjust it and say, okay, well, what if I price it at $12.95? What's my royalty going to be? Because you can either make money with the book, or you can use the book to drive additional traffic or to bring people into an upsell or whatever it might be, right? So I want to show you some of the books that I have, because they all do different things, okay? I've actually got, amazingly, have a good selection of my books right here. This was the first book that I ever wrote. It's called Retail Arbitrage. It's about the business of buying products at retail stores and selling them on Amazon. I wrote it, and I'm stealing a term from a friend of mine who also wrote a book, and she said that she wrote hers for self-defense, right? And I wrote this book for self-defense, because when Amazon was getting big and FBA and selling and all this, we were very popular because we had software called ScanPower for Amazon sellers to go out and do retail arbitrage. So we were very popular. People were asking questions. What is FBA? What is Prime? You know, how do I label my products? What's the fee structure? And it was the same thing over and over and over again. So I said, look, I'm going to write this really long PDF. I don't have enough time to talk to everybody on the phone. So read the PDF. If you still have questions, ask. And the PDF got to be so long that it was like a book, and it was kind of organized into chapters. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can publish this thing. Let's see what's available. And I stumble onto CreateSpace, and I upload it. And the next day, and when I say upload it, I uploaded an interior file and a cover file. That's it. Like, there's no editor. There's no, well, let me see if this passes our scholarly review process. No, nothing. Like, this could be absolutely crap. Actually, the first version of this has an uncapitalized I in it. Like, that's how bad. Like, they don't care. Whatever's in there is what's going to get printed. So I print it, and the next day it's live on Amazon. And this is 6 years ago. And I'm like, no. Like, really? Like, because it's an Amazon page. Ships from and sold by Amazon. Order the next 3 hours and choose overnight shipping and get it tomorrow. Like, everything legit. I'm like, and so I ordered it. It shows up. Like, they print it on demand. It does not exist until someone orders it, which is why it's free. Right? So I want everybody to keep remembering this. We're talking free here. This doesn't cost. Now, I had to put the time in to write the book. And this is a long book. It's got actual words in it and stuff. So you do have to do that. But for everybody listening, the other books I'm going to show you, I think you're going to see, wait a minute. I can get creative, and I can publish something that my viewers, my readers, my followers would like. It doesn't require me writing a 40-chapter book, right? So this was an actual book. I don't actually make money on this book because of the price point, but I do get a lot of value as, oh my goodness, you've written a book, you're so cool, you should come on my podcast, you should come on my webinar, would you come speak at our event? Simply because I'm a published author. Not because I'm smart, not because I have an English degree, which I don't, not because I'm a writer, because I'm not, because I went through the process and figured it out. That's it. And I take all that value that I can. Now, if you want to make money with a book, you write a book like this, all right? This book is big. This book is heavy. This book is a course, an online course that I put into book format, all right? So I know we're getting a little creative here. The other ones are going to make a little more sense. But this book I sell for $200. You can look it up on Amazon. You can see that it sells at $200 for a book. And it has videos. See, this is an unlisted YouTube video that you can only get if you buy the book. This is an online course, and instead of being on Udemy or on Skillshare or on any member list or Wish, whatever those things are, it's on Amazon as a book. It's the content, right?
Yeah.
You can make money if you have a higher price point, but you've got to provide the value. So if you launch with a $200 book, people probably aren't going to buy it. But if you can show them some value with a $10 book, and in that $10 book, you're intentional in building an email list, getting people to come back to your Facebook page, to your website, all this stuff. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, I like Rachel. She's really good. Oh, she has a $200 Facebook course on Amazon. And these are the real secrets. All right. I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information at once, but when you're willing to put yourself on Amazon, where I can't control the reviews, I can't control the return process. It shows a lot of guts and confidence that you're willing to put yourself out there. Because anybody can make a website and put their friends and family's customer reviews or testimonials on there, and they can deny returns and all this stuff, and no one's going to hear about it. But you put it on Amazon, you're out there for the world, and people will respect that. Yeah. And here's another secret. Royalties from CreateSpace are non-refundable. All right?
Ooh.
Non-refundable. So if you buy my book and don't like it and return it, not only do I still get paid, which this isn't like some crazy thing to be like, ha, 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 return it, I still get paid. Amazon will resell that book, right? They will take the return and they will resell it through Amazon Warehouse Deals as used. And if they sell it, I don't get paid on that, right? Because that's a third party or a secondhand copy. I don't get paid on that. But it gives me the ability to just relax about the return process and be like, oh, I got a vet return. No, you don't like it, return it. I really don't care. One, because I don't want your money if you're not happy. But two, I still get paid. So, that's just the way the program works right now. And it's just very freeing. Okay, so that's a little more advanced. I want to back up a little bit and go back to some creative ways to use self-publishing, because we could almost do a whole second video about how to make money by using CreateSpace and Kindle for a course content. I think we went too far too fast.
Yeah, Chris, I think I need to have you come on next time we launch too, because we're not even gonna scratch the surface on all the things that we can do with Amazon royalty income. We just won't even scratch the surface. So
right. Well, these next books, I think it's going to be real crystal clear about. Wait a minute. Okay, I got it. All right. So check this out. Okay. The last book I showed you is the largest book you can possibly print. Okay. This is the smallest. Look how cute it is.
It's a cute little book. It's adorable.
This is such a. Oh, look at this thing. It's a cute little book. All right. So this cost me $2.15 for author copies, right? I think I sell it for $7.99. I mean, and it's cool. It's got barcodes on the back, and of course I got my picture, and of course I got my Facebook page and my website and my Facebook groups. You know, I'm thinking ahead but this is simple, right? This is like a 2-hour project, start to finish 2-hour project, because all that's in here. This is for Merch by Amazon sellers. It's 100 pages, and they all look like this.
Cool. Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's all this book is.
Okay. Genius.
That's it. And I tell you, I go to conferences and I go to do speaking events around here, and I bring copies of my books. I bring the $100 books, the $200 books. I bring them all. People fight over these books. They're like, I want that one. They want to take it home. They want to draw on it. They want to give it to their kids. And that's it, right? So this is not a moneymaker book, right? This, we're going to use some words that not everybody uses in real life. This is a tripwire funnel book.
Well, the thing is too, because we're working with a different, like, they're not, I don't know if our readers are really into or at the level where they can get tripwires yet. Well, so we'll go into like an advanced tripwire one next time. But the thing is selling that, you said it cost you $2 and you sell it for $9 or $7.99, right? So that's $5, right?
I think I make when the fees are all done. So when I say this costs $2.15, that's if I buy my author copies. Okay. So if I bought 100 copies, it would cost me $215 plus some tax and some shipping. Now that $215 is the base price that is built into the CreateSpace payout. So when it sells through it from Amazon and CreateSpace calculates everything, they're going to take my $7.99 price. They're going to take out the $215 cost. They're going to take out the 15% commission. They're going to take out the fulfillment cost, which I think comes to about $353, or it's a little more than that.
You're still making.
So I make a few bucks.
Yeah, but the thing is that as bloggers, if we sell a $3 book like that, but we sell 400 of them because we have the ability to make something go viral, that right there is a car payment. So it's not like it's a tripwire, but it's also real money too. So.
Right. And you're going to get a lot of value just posting that, like, hey guys, I published my first book. Your friends and family and audience can be like, wow, that's so cool. Thanks so much. And if you say, hey, please share my book, they're going to start sharing it and put it out there. And when it's cheap and it's one click and it's Prime, I mean, you can publish a book. The absolute cheapest you can publish it for a 0% royalty, as long as it's under like 120 pages, is $3.53. Right. Okay. And that's Prime eligible, not an add-on. So you can say, hey guys, you got less than $4. Support me by buying this book. And then you get the book, and maybe on the front page you say, hey, post a picture with my book and tag me, and I'm going to send you something cool. And you send them something cool that's digital, so it doesn't cost you anything, right? So you say, hey, get my sweet, 100 website idea book, or ebook, if you post this on Instagram and write a review.
Yeah.
Right. Now you have 300 Instagram posts tagged, reviewed. I mean, like, you can encourage the science behind this is that there's inherent margin in these books, right? People put a value on a book. They don't look at this and say $2. They look at this and be like, wow, if that was on the shelf at Barnes and Noble, it'd be like $7-10.
Yeah.
And that value you can leverage.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're not giving them $8 to go buy the book. You're giving them $2. I mean, this is your business card. This is what you hand out. This is what you say, hey, sign up for my course and I'm going to give you all these books. And they're going to be like, wow, that's like $800 in books. Well, that's not really what it really costs. Right.
Yeah.
Like, you can leverage the margin in the books.
Yeah.
I know you got to like think about that and be like, okay, what is he talking about? How can I do that? You're leveraging the margin. When I sell a book for $20, but I give it away, it's like I gave that person a $20 bill, but I bought that $20 bill for $2, right?
Yeah.
I'm not giving. I'd give people $2 all day long. What do I care about $2? Like here, we give away some.
Yeah.
With the Scan Power stuff, we did conferences where we gave away so much junk. Here's a bottle opener, here's a squishy ball, and here's all this. And we would have done better just to give people money, right? So instead of giving people money, give people a book, right? It's just, there's so much you can do. I mean, imagine on your Facebook pages if you say, hey guys, got my new book, and like, comment, or share to enter, and I'm gonna give one away, right? I know there's some rules about like running contests on Facebook pages, so I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But say, look, I'm giving away a book. Just like my page, I'm gonna pick a winner. And basically by the time you buy a book and ship it, it costs you $4, right? Like you're not gonna give your fans $4. Like it's crazy.
I have a
Look at this.
question. That's about books. That's pretty cool. We're gonna move on because of you said half. We wanted to be an hour, so we're about halfway through that almost. So let's do 15 minutes of. I know I could talk to you all day, Chris. I told you I get stuck. We talk all day. Chris and I have hung out before, and yeah, anyways. It is mind blowing when you put the two audiences together. Okay, but merch is what kind of opened up the world to me because we work with bumper stickers. The way we market pages in our Facebook group in Facebook course is by marketing with bumper stickers. And when you wear the bumper sticker, you can literally go viral with a product. So tell us a little bit about merch and what that means, what that looks like, how to get into it. Go.
Merch is a big topic, so it's probably good that we're going to shift gears a little bit, because everything that we're talking about, I want to just keep everybody focused. We are talking about making royalty generating product pages, or you may hear me say the word ASIN, which is the Amazon stock inventory number. Every product on Amazon has one. It's like a SKU or whatever. We're able to create these pages for free, and when they sell, Amazon does all the work, including payment processing, delivery, manufacturing, shipping, returns, for everything, and we get a royalty. Not even like a margin, like if you're talking selling, I earn margin on this. No, we are earning royalties for free. And if you think, well, what would it cost? How much would you be willing to pay to create a royalty generating product on Amazon? People are like, well, I'd pay a lot of money for that now that you mention it. Well, it's free. At least it's free right now. So let's take advantage of it. And I didn't put these things together until merch came along. And I'm actually wearing a merch shirt right now. Actually, most of the shirts that I wear right now are merch shirts because for like $11, I can make any shirt I want. Any shirt I want. And they will print one off and they will ship it prime for $11. And I'm like, yeah, I want one of those. I mean, I wear my own shirts, so I get a little publicity, right? So when merch came along, it was one of those, just like when FBA. Everybody should be wearing their own merch shirts, right? Like you need to have your own. Don't put like Facebook logos and stuff on them, right? But you'll learn what you can get away with. So when merch came along, it was late October of last year, of 15. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. Because I've seen CreateSpace and Zazzle and these print on demand places where, hey, give us your images. We got printers. And if you get an order, we will make it for you and ship it to you, and we will give you a royalty. And to have that on Amazon with Amazon Search and Amazon Customers and Amazon Prime, I'm like, yeah. I get this. I know exactly where this is going. And I was all in. I was literally all in from day one. It was one of those things, and I encourage people, when you see something that you believe in, go for it, right? So if you see a program and you're like, dude, I could crush it with this, and you tell 3 of your friends, they all say, that's stupid. And you say, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably stupid. Well, you just lost. You lost. You got to believe in yourself. And sometimes you're going to be wrong, but hey, when you're right, it really pays off. So merch, by definition right now, is print on demand t-shirts. Rachel put the website up a second ago. Merch.amazon.com is the website. Merch is short for merchandise. It's a pretty generic term that has been around for a long time. Usually bands are selling their merch out of the trunk of their car after a show. Right, that's kind of where the term came from. They don't make money playing the show; they make money selling their merch, right? Selling back with cassettes and burning their own CDs and selling them, and keeping 14 different sizes T-shirts in the back of their trunk, and Jimmy has to sell them and keep track. Like, sorry, we're out of women's small, and forget it. Now it's all print on demand. You get these pages; they look great. You can go to a website, merchresearch.com. Don't put anything in there and press the big green button. And you're going to see all of the best-selling merch by Amazon shirts. It's just the way it works. You upload one image. You got to give it a title, right? So you have to make the image. And don't underestimate how well simple text-based shirts sell. No, don't merch.research. Don't do that. Merch research, one word.
Okay.
.com. Don't worry about it. We can post it later. Michelle's already got a good question about copyright and trademark. We'll get into that because I want you guys to have success with merch and not run into trouble with merch. All right. So with merch, you're going to upload an image, and there are a lot of free resources to make images. You can learn Photoshop, all these things, and you're going to give it a title. You're going to pick some colors. You're going to give it a price, which is going to set your royalty. And then, a few hours later, you're going to have a product page on Amazon that says ships from and sold by Amazon. It's all done. Like, no one knows it's you, which is a lot better sometimes than FBA, where it's sold by so-and-so, and you're like, oh, well, are you really promoting your stuff or all this? It's completely anonymous. No one has to know it's you, right? So on the whole politics thing, when all that was hot, going into the election, you could love Trump and you could sell Hillary shirts, or you could love Hillary and you could sell Trump shirts. Like, who cares, right? We're not getting all political. We're just going to sell some shirts. Be like, all right, Trump people are going to love this shirt, and Hillary people are going to love this shirt. So just go. So all the royalties are going to be set on their site. It's a sliding scale. The only variable fee is the 15% commission that they charge for the clothing category. But the royalties, in my opinion, are very generous. On a $20 shirt, you're going to earn $7.68. So that's pretty good because, it's like Zazzle, Cafe Press, and all these things. I'm not interested. Like, I had a lot of people say, oh, merch is just like Teespring. I'm like, yeah, but Teespring's not Prime eligible, and it's not the second largest search engine in the world, right? Like, I want to go where the customers are. Like I'm interested now that it's on Amazon. I'm not interested when it's on Teespring. There's nothing against Teespring. If you guys have success with Teespring, which you guys probably should because of the nature of your Facebook pages and audiences, then go for it, okay? So there isn't a one or the other. This is understand everything out there and use the best ones for what you want to accomplish. But merch right now is just T-shirts, but it's not called t-shirts.amazon.com. It's called merch. You're going to see more products, more types of clothing, and not just clothing, not just apparel. You're going to see some other types of products. I got a little inside scoop that I can't really share openly, but I can tell you there will be a lot more products, which makes it very interesting. Because T-shirts are pretty generic, but not everybody likes T-shirts. A lot of people like hoodies. Right? And a lot of people like all kinds. Yeah, like if you can print it. The way Amazon works is they have capacity, and they're not going to let those machines sit there not working. If you got a design, hey, they'll print your design and ship it. They want those machines to keep on working. Okay, the machines that print the T-shirts cost $500,000, and they have a football field-sized warehouse full of them. It takes 3 people to run, and they run them 3 shifts a day, over and over and over again, cranking out T-shirts. They ship. They have 15 different colors, but the number of variations that they have are almost 80. I think it's 75 variations between men's, women's, youth, and all the colors, and Anvil and American Apparel. So if you could imagine what Amazon is handing us for free, right? Hey, here's use of a $500,000 printer. How much? Oh, it's free. Oh,
I know.
Well, I don't know if that's so good. That's really good, right? It's so weird that I used to sell T-shirts, back when the Mavericks played the Heat. I think this was in 07 or 06, 2006. I was like, oh, I'm going to make some T-shirts. I'm going to sell them. So I didn't violate any copyright, but I had green, blue, and white shirts in 5 different sizes. So I had 15 different variations that I had to keep track of and keep in stock and pay up front. I had to buy the shirts up front and then hope I could sell them. This is all, make the page, put it up. If nobody buys it, doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost anything, right? You're not buying like, okay, I got to buy 10 of each. I got to buy 150 shirts. They're going to cost me $5 each. Now I got to sell them. And like, hey, I didn't realize that women's extra small blue, no one ever bought. So now I got 15 of them, and it's 3 years later, and I still got 15 of them. And like, I just use them for rags now. Like, you got to deal with it. Amazon does all of that stuff. So when you have this audience, like let's take a cat audience, right? If you got a cat audience, you've been posting, cats and coffee, and like my home is where my cat is, and this, and you see, oh, I got a really good reaction on that. That's really cool. You know what? I'm gonna see if there's any shirts out there like it, because maybe just post an affiliate link, right? Or maybe say, you know what? There's no shirts like this, or there are some, but they really suck. So I'm gonna hire a designer and get one made. And then I'm gonna promote it and boost it to my audience, and I'm gonna get creative. I'm gonna say, you know what? Normally $19.99, launch special for the next 48 hours, $14.99.
Yeah.
Right, and put it out there, or say, just for you, because you can have a public link or a private link, or let's keep thinking, a public and a private link.
Okay, he's got
so your public link,
so cool.
a public link. $25 shirt. Your private link, just for your page, $14.99.
You can do upsells and downsells with Amazon. Chris has got this. It's so cool. He just released it.
You can do anything you want. You can send that, and people who have that link will be able to buy it. You can send it out on the email and say, just for my email list, you get this right here. Or say, hey, buy this shirt from Amazon. Email the receipt to this.
Tell them what that is exactly, because I don't think they understand. Guys, what he's saying is he's created a way that you can have your own Amazon page. So it goes to Amazon. So your cart, like you create these 5 products and you want them to sell. He's got a site where you can, your own URL that only sells your Amazon, whatever that you want to sell. It could be your own product, or it could be your own collection of cat things, or your own collection of kitchen products that you want your readers to specifically see. Or let's say you have a relationship with other Amazon sellers and you're like, hey, I'll link yours for an extra $1 if I can get $1 for putting it up. You can track then the buys because you can pixel it. So he's got this link. It's like, yeah, anyways, I'm super excited by it. Like that's not even close to it.
But it is a little advanced. So everybody that's listening, keep tracking with us. If you have questions like after the show, we're happy to follow up and make sure you have all the stuff understood, because it's about understanding the platforms, and then you stop and think how to use them. What am I trying to do? What kind of value can I give? Can I give some kind of discount or incentive? And if I want to, then how do I do that? And it's not always as obvious as it could be. All right. So that's why I'm more than happy to come on here and explain the difference between a public link and a private link, because now there's some way to leverage that and be like, yeah, this link is only for you guys and it's got a lower price. Or if you want to have, if you're partnering with someone else or another page and be like, hey, let's cross promote. I've got something for your page and here's the private link where you can put your affiliate tag on it. You can do this. It's a discounted link, so you can really encourage people to buy through your link, and you're going to earn the royalties on that, and maybe you just pay for the ads. You just got to get creative and provide value to the other person and to the audience. And you can put whatever you want on the shirt, right? Like this says merch.co. Like I'm a walking advertisement. You can put your Facebook page on a shirt, right? Like you can really do anything you want. And I would encourage people to incentivize the purchase with the receipt, right? So say, hey, buy this, send me the receipt, and I'm going to send you my 200 tips to be a better blogger ebook, right? Which you'd probably give away anyway. You're just happy someone read it. Like, well, now I got the shirt. And they're like, all I got to do is buy this shirt and I'm getting her $40 ebook. Well, like we're leveraging the margin. That book doesn't cost $40, even if that's what you charge, even if that's what it's worth. Your cost as the creator of that product is going to be basically zero, or your time that once you're done making it. But it has implied margin that you can leverage. You can leverage that into a sale of a t-shirt, which now they're going to wear around and be like, look, I got this sweet t-shirt. Like, yeah, it's great. Like you're a walking advertisement, right? Like
it's so exciting.
There's so many things you can do that it does get a little overwhelming. So
yeah. So we'll have to, I do want to have you back again to talk about the tripwires and how to use Amazon with tripwires and upsells and downsells. But that would probably be like monetization part take 2 or something, 201 or something. So
Well, you got to have a product. You got to have this first, right? You got to have this. You got to have the pages, and then we do like another thing where we say, okay, now you have these. Here's the things we would suggest you do. It would be pretty sweet. I don't know if we can get a third person on here. We maybe use different software for it, but to do a case study where someone comes on and we say, all right, this is her type of page. This is her type of audience. These are the products she's made. Let's brainstorm some ideas of how they can do that or what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I want people to be able to get signed up without getting in trouble. And we should talk a little trademark copyright. You got time for that?
Yes, definitely. Tell us, we have a lot of questions of saying, one, how to sign up, how to get approved, because I guess there's a lot of people who've signed up and haven't been approved. And then the next question is the copyright. So those are the three questions that I'm glancing and see the most of. So I'll make a note and you'll get started chatting about it.
Yeah, let's do that. It's to get approved, you go to merch.amazon.com. I'm betting a lot of you guys that are listening have already done so, and you've just been waiting for to get approved. First thing, I would try to log in. Go to merch.amazon.com and see if you're already logged in, because they don't always send out email when you get approved. You might already be approved. They did pause merch for a good 6 weeks fairly recently. And even before that, it was about a 3 to 4 month approval process. In all my dealings with Amazon over the past decade, I can kind of come to this conclusion and pass this information along, is that if you want to work with Amazon, either as an FBA seller or as a CreateSpace author or as a merch designer, you really need to understand their platform and almost be seen as a good partner. You want Amazon to be like, yes, we want to work with this person. Especially when it comes to creative, because we're dealing with copyright and trademark and things like that. So you need to have great content, and meaning you have to have good designs. And when I say good designs, I mean at least original. Okay, you need to have original designs, because if they have 450 basket of deplorables shirts on Amazon, they really don't need 451. You know what I mean? Like, there is a point where they got enough.
Yeah.
We got enough of that. We don't need any more. Bring something new. Bring something original to the table. And I don't want people to think, I have to create my own layered artwork and all this stuff. No, text-based shirts sell really well, right? So you can make your own text-based shirts that aren't represented, or you can make your own. Just improve upon something. Because Amazon also wants. Here's a real secret for people taking notes. If you drive traffic to Amazon will really appreciate that, right? Amazon will reward your listings in terms of search and visibility if they can see, people are driving traffic to this listing and it's converting. That's really going to help your item or your merch shirt, because a lot of people like merch because it can be extremely hands-off. Upload an image, sit back, and all of a sudden Amazon organic search kicks in, and people start buying it, and you're like, I made money doing nothing. Well, yeah, but you would have made more money if you were driving traffic. I promise. Yeah, you see why it's like, yeah, we need to be doing something here. That's what matters. So drive the traffic. So, don't be afraid to be like, hey, my shirts are you're going to have a good time. So you want to respect the platform. I would encourage everybody right now to start making your own designs. Don't wait until you get a merch account, then come back and be like, I got a merch account finally. Now what? No. Don't do that to me. I will yell at you if you do that. If you listen to this and you do that, I'm gonna hold you to it. Start making your designs now. There are other print-on-demand sites out there. Start using them. Have your designs ready. I suspect what you're going to see from merch when they open it up, which may or may not be in a few weeks. I'm wearing sunglasses, but I'm still winking under here. Have something out there, whether it's a site, just a sub-site on Zazzle or Cafe Press, where you can say, yeah, I sell shirts. Here's some examples. Because Amazon's not going to go look at your Zazzle records and see that you actually sold nothing. They just want to see that, you're not some random dude from some random country with no history, no nothing, and we're going to give you time and resources on this platform where the first 10 shirts you might upload are all Star Wars and Disney, and we got to deal with this, because that's manpower, that's labor. They have to hire people to view your designs and say, yeah, this is good, yeah, this is not good. So if you cause them work, you're not going to have a good time. Okay, so if you upload your first 50 shirts and everything goes through clean, you're probably going to get little clear, like, green light, just do whatever you want, and they're not going to mess with you, right? Because they are limiting. I mean, merch has just evolved so much over the past 16 or so months. And it used to be you could upload as many as you wanted. It used to be there were no limits on anything. And now what you're probably going to see is you're going to get a limited number of slots. They call it a tier system. So you may have 20 slots. So you can only upload 20 images. So make sure they're your best ones. That stops people from uploading everything they can think of. Let's make a shirt that says Jill loves sushi, and let's make a shirt that says Bob loves sushi, and let's make a shirt that says Terry loves sushi, and let's make all the ones say Bob loves video games and Susie like no. Amazon does not want that. It makes the catalog look like crap, absolute crap. So they don't want that. So they'll give you a limited number, and if your stuff sells, it will give you more slots, and they're going to give you a limited number per day that you can upload. And if your stuff sells, I promise they will give you as many as you need. Right? Amazon is only throttling you so you don't upload crap. And it's the Amazon way of putting in rules and policies that, whether you like it or not, is going to force the behavior that they want. Because what they want is you to upload quality listings. And the best way they found out to do that, instead of like doing it for you, which they can't, they're going to say, look, we're only going to give you this many slots, and we're only going to let you upload this many. And that forces you to pick your best stuff. And now if your best stuff sells really well, they're going to give you more slots. I promise, I promise. So do not yell at the process or the program. Understand the program. Exploit it in a good way, meaning upload your best stuff, drive traffic, sell T-shirts, and you're going to have a good time. You're going to get more slots. Promise, promise, promise.
So just to recap, your tip was to look official whenever you're applying. So that means have a store somewhere with high quality shirts ready to go so that Amazon looks at you and says, okay, this person's real. This person isn't a college kid in their garage thinking they can sell shirts. 100%. So that's the first tip. And then the second tip was to make sure that you have, or if selling. So for us, driving traffic to those listings and making them the memes that are doing well already, wearing those bumper stickers is probably just a given. Like, hello guys, you do this.
Well, the second part's going to be harder to do, right? Because if you don't have, you're not going to be able to send the traffic until you have the listings, right? So the main one to get approved is to look official. I like the way you phrase that. Let's look official. So have a site, and I really don't care if it's Zazzle.com/site/whatever. Like I would bet like a .com is better. If you guys really want to get a .com and you don't understand how to do that, maybe post a question in the group and we can follow up with that, because it really is easy. You could get a $8 GoDaddy name and forward and mask it to a Zazzle page. Like it's that easy. It'll look like Zazzle, but it'll have your URL in it. Just something, because most people will do nothing, and they won't do anything to differentiate themselves. And they're gonna be like, why didn't I get approved? And it's like, well, why do you even want to be approved? You don't have any designs. You don't like people just want to be approved just to be approved. This will separate you. This is the litmus test. If you're serious about merch, make 4 designs and put them up on any other POD site. And I challenge you guys, if you're not willing to do that, then who even cares? Right? Like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but if you're not even willing to do that, then do you really even need a merch account? Because you're probably not going to do anything with it anyway.
True. So true.
Copyright and trademark. Yeah. Let's make sure everybody understands the difference. Copyright is about design, the look, how something, how you see something, right? A design and all this stuff. Trademark is related to source, right? Like a trademark can be like, oh, I know that is a Samsung product because of the trademarks, right? I can recognize where that came from, right? Trademark is not copyright. So when people go on USPTO.gov and search for trademarks, is like, oh, no one has trademarked the term retail arbitrage. Well, maybe someone has. I don't know. But that does, if someone trademarks a phrase, it doesn't mean you can't use those words in a shirt. It possibly might mean that, if depending on how they're used, it could imply source, right? Like what trademark is on. Like, what's the McDonald's thing? Like, I'm loving it, right? Like you see, I'm loving it. You're like, oh, that's from McDonald's. That's from McDonald's. That's not copyright. That's a trademark, right? They didn't copyright the look and the font. I mean, maybe they did, but the word, the phrase isn't copyright. The way that McDonald's is using it as a trademark, because when you see it, you recognize McDonald's. So can you put I'm loving it, or I'm loving cats, or I'm loving coffee? Yeah. And I'm not a lawyer, so maybe you can't, right? Like, it probably depends how you do it. You know, if you use it yellow and use the same font that they do, then maybe you're gonna like be pushing it a little bit. So there's a lot of nuances. You've got things like parody, where you're mashing up two things and making fun of, and there's a little subjectivity to that. So it's not a clear cut, oh, this is okay, this is not. I've shown some things to lawyers and they say, oh, that's cool. I've shown the same things to other lawyers and they say, no, I wouldn't do that. So I mean, there's times you're gonna have to fight it, and times you'll want to just not fight it. Now, the merch terms of service are not very long. You probably read every word of it in under 20 minutes. So I recommend doing that. And do keep in mind that Amazon does play by their own rules, which are not going to be the same as every other print-on-demand site's rules. And it doesn't even have to be in line with the law, right? So if the law says I can make this shirt, Amazon might say, that's great, but we're not going to let you. And you can't be like, oh, but like Amazon can say no. And one of the reasons is with merch, and this may change, but as of right now, with merch, Amazon is the seller of record, right? So it says sold by, ships by Amazon. So they being the seller of record is going to change things. So you might see some shirts on there that have the F word, that have some pretty bad, nasty stuff on there. And you may say, why is Amazon selling this? And Amazon will say, well, we're not selling it. We're just a marketplace. So-and-so is selling it. But when Amazon's the seller of record, they're really not going to let you put up the F shirts and anything disparaging towards anybody, any group of people, anything like that. Well, they'll support free speech and say, yeah, you can say those things, but if we're the seller of record, no, we're not going to sit there and look like we are making and manufacturing shirts against this, because they're just kind of putting their hands up like that's not how we're rolling. Now, if you want to make those shirts and sell them on Amazon yourself and fulfill, go for it. Amazon doesn't care, okay? But you have to understand these rules ahead of time and understand the difference between merch and the marketplace. So when you see an F shirt on Amazon, you're like, oh, that's great, I'm going to make one. Then you get rejected, and you get rejected 10 times because you're not learning anything during the process here. Then you get your account banned. You're like, well, we could have solved all that just by like listening to this one little podcast here. So understand the rules. If you have questions, ask in Rachel's group, ask in my group, ask on the Amazon forums. They have their own official Amazon forums where people from merch will answer your questions. They have email support. So it is a permission over forgiveness kind of thing. You know, I'm usually a forgiveness over permission kind of guy, but when it comes to Amazon, you have to
do it right.
It is, because your Amazon account is very valuable, whether it's your seller account, your merch account, your CreateSpace account, your Kindle account. I consider them very valuable, right? Like I protect those accounts, like your Yahoo account, who cares, right? Like, oh, my Yahoo got hacked, who cares, right? What are you gonna do? Change my fantasy football lineup? Like there's nothing there. Amazon is valuable, very valuable. So, I mean, Wendy had a quick question about being strict, and Wendy, I don't find CreateSpace to be strict at all. They'll print anything you want. You can print pretty much anything. I think you can't print like, you know, rape stories and like things with children. I mean, you can't do like the worst of the worst stuff, but you can print bad words. They don't, as far as I know, they can print bad words. But merch is a little subjective, and it's changing and growing. So we could say some things now that might change in the future. If they change the seller of record, which they totally could, then it's going to change what shirts we can upload. So it's important to, you know, when you log in, they have a little dashboard that has all the updates and alerts, and pay attention to those things. Join some Merch by Amazon groups. Not to read every post. I recommend it, not reading every post. But skim through maybe once a day, maybe once every 2 or 3 days, just to see what people are talking about and be like, oh, this is cool. Oh, there's something new. Oh, I didn't realize this. You do anything you want. So, you know, the creative side to this is very attractive to me. I do talk a lot about the selling side of Amazon, which is the wholesale, the private label, and the arbitrage stuff. And then there's the creator side. And most of the creative stuff, the self-publishing, the Kindle, the CreateSpace, the merch is free to do. It doesn't cost anything to set all this stuff up, and you start earning royalties. And I've met a lot of people from my selling days who are like, you know what? I'm struggling here. I'm not making as much money. I this and that, and they don't know about merch or CreateSpace or Kindle, and they're like, I'm a writer. I'm actually a graphic designer. I didn't realize I could do this. And then they do it, and they're like, this is so much better. This is so much better. I'm like, yes, I'm glad that you now know about the creator side of Amazon, because to me, that's the biggest opportunity, especially for people watching here with Facebook audiences. You're already good at something, so keep doing that. Now, and don't get me wrong, if you want to sell products, if you have a great idea for a wholesale or private label product that your audience would be all about, then by all means buy that product, send it to FBA. Then you have a product page that you can share, where it's not royalties you're earning, but it's profits and margin that you're earning. But it's just different because you had to fund the inventory, you had to send it in, you're gonna have to deal with returns. There's just more to it. But understand all of these things so that you can spend time with the ones that make the most sense for what you're doing with your Facebook page or your audience. That's what this is all about. I'm not trying to tell anybody to do X, do Y, be as passionate about something as I am. Be as passionate about what makes the most sense for you to help you get from where you are to where you want to go, whether that's making money, expanding your reach, partnering, network, whatever it is. Not everybody's trying to just make cold hard cash. There are tons of things that you can do to leverage these platforms, and it's so wide open, and that's why I get excited about it.
I know, and I get really excited with you too. And I'm so glad that you got to come with us today, Chris, and that you took time out of your schedule to hang out with our Facebook group. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So hopefully you can come back again and we can go into kind of more of the strategy of monetization, be it 2 months from now, 3 months from now, or whatever that is. But yeah, I appreciate you taking the time out for today.
And everybody that asked questions, I saw so many of them come up. I will do my best to go through on the chat and answer all the ones that I can if we didn't answer them here on the video. And then just keep the questions coming. If it makes sense to start a new topic here in the group, then please do so. And I can talk about this stuff all day. It is very exciting, and it's very rewarding to see the success. Just like Rachel, I know you love when all your students have I just hit 10,000 likes. And you're like, yes, let's celebrate. When people say I just published my first book, I'm like, yes, you did it. You did it, because most people don't. I promise, most people don't. If you take action and get your first book published, whether it's a coloring book or a notebook or anything that you want, they will print anything that you want. Or get your first merch shirt up, and get your first merch sale. You're gonna be like, yes, I did it, and you're gonna be in the minority, the absolute minority of people who understand how to use Amazon to generate revenue.
Yeah. But the cool thing is that the ones you were telling us today, they only take time to do. You don't need a massive budget. You don't need massive inventory. All you need is time and some gumption. And that's the best.
My 8-year-old wrote this one.
Oh.
I wrote this one for our church. This is
cool.
All it is sermon notes.
Good idea.
And it's got all the information on the front page. You know who should have one of these? Every church in the country. It's just that easy. You can print notebooks. You can print bed and breakfast guest books. You can print crossword puzzles. Coloring books is absolutely huge. Kids books. I mean, my little boy was on TV, newspaper, and the radio, simply because he's 8 years old and wrote a book.
I love it.
Of course, I helped him with it, but it was his story. It was a true story from school, and and he enjoyed it, and he liked making it, and now he's got the confidence to be like, I wrote a book. He tells everybody that'll listen. That quick question I'll answer is: we hired someone off of Fiverr to do the images. We sat down and we sketched out every single thing that we needed. Some of the pages like this, you see, are doubles, so we've had to tell them we need a double page, and then we uploaded it all. So.
Yeah,
merch is not only t-shirts. We'll expand into other stuff. Hopefully hats and visors, because I'm kind of a visor guy.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you taking the time. And we'll try to answer those questions. We'll tag team them. So thanks, guys. Bye.